This video will showcase how to use a branching method in Google Forms in order to scaffold your assignments. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to New on my Drive and More, and then create a new Google form. So the purpose of the branching method is to weave different instructional videos and pictures and hints into a Google form so that if a student gets an answer wrong, instead of being able to move on to the next answer, they're kind of led to a different place where they're shown a video or guided or given a little bit of extra help. So this is a great way to kind of let the kids who have mastered something move on, but some kids that need a little bit of extra help can be given that scaffolding, that little bit of extra weaved within the form. Now, the thing about the branching method is that it can get very complicated very quickly. So we are going to keep it extremely simple. And when you do your example, I would only recommend maybe starting with about 2 to 3 questions. And I'm going to show you how to do it in a very simple way. You can actually get way more complicated with this, but we're going to start small. So first of all, I'm going to title my form Prime and Composite Number Review. And as always, my first question is going to be name, and that will be short answer. Now, after my name, I am going to add a new section. And I'm going to give this section a title. And the title I'm going to give this section is, for me, it's going to be prime numbers. So what you want to do is, to make it easy for you to do the branching, you want to make sure that you're very specific about the section title. And I like to give the section a title that relates to the question that I'm asking. So my section title is going to be prime numbers. And then I'm going to go over here to my plus sign, and I'm going to add my first question. Okay, and again, keeping it simple, which number is prime? Okay, it's a multiple choice question, so I'm going to give 2 answers. So 2 and 4. Okay, so 2 selections for students to choose from. Now, what I want to do next is, if the student chooses the wrong answer, they are going to be led in the direction of a tutorial video on what a prime number is. If they get the question correct, they're going to be able to move on to the next question. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So to do this, I'm going to create a new section, so this little equal sign here. And the new section is going to be where the student goes if they choose the wrong number. Okay? So I'm going to type prime number tutorial video. So the purpose of wrong answer section 3, the prime number tutorial video, is to create like a little branch so that the person who chose 4, which is the incorrect answer, will be led to a guided review of what a prime number actually is. Now, this could be a video that you've created. So this branching method could kind of be a flipped classroom type model, or you could just grab a video that you like from YouTube, and you can do that very easily just clicking over here to add video. You could also add an image if you have an image, a PDF image saved, or you could use clip art depending on what you're creating. So I'm actually going to use a video, so I'm going to click add video. And into my search, I'm just going to type prime numbers. Now, if you click the search bar and you don't necessarily like what comes up, you can actually go into YouTube or any place where you can grab a URL for a video, and you just click here, and then you just copy and paste your URL of your video there. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going to just grab one right from this search. So prime numbers. So I'm going to click the first one here and select it. So you could even add a little description of the video, or if you wanted to add a description up here and say something like incorrect, please watch the video below to review your prime numbers. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is create a new question, but we're going to create that as a section. And to do that, we are going to click here, Add Section. So now we have section 4, and this is going to be a new question. So composite numbers. I'm going to add a question here. And my question is going to be just very similar to my prime numbers question. Which number is composite? And multiple choice, I'm going to give 2 options. And now I'm going to create a new section. And this is going to be where they're led if they choose the incorrect answer for what is a composite number. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to link all of these afterwards, but the first thing that you have to do when you're doing the branching method is to create your questions and where you're going to lead the students if they get the incorrect answer. So this is going to be composite number tutorial video. And again, I am going to put incorrect. Please watch the video for a review. So now I'm going to add my video again. So I'm going to go to add video and same search here. Again, if you have your own video that you want to add with a link, you can do that. Let's see, composite numbers. I'm going to go with this one, select it, and then that little tutorial video is added. So the most complicated part of this is actually linking the questions with the tutorial videos or the review information that you would like to lead students to if they get the question wrong. So the first thing is to actually go to the first question, and what you want to do is just, this is section 2. Remember, the first section was just the name, and I have 5 total sections, and that will obviously increase with your number of questions because remember, each question is a new section. And what I want to do is first make this a required question. They have to answer it. And then I'm going to click here on these 3 dots. And it says go to section based on answer. Now, you'll notice when you click that, you have options now for each multiple choice answer. So the correct answer is 2. So if a student chooses 2, we would like them to continue to section 4, which is the next question on composite numbers. Okay, now this is where adding those titles, those descriptions, comes in handy because when you click the down arrow, you can very easily see which question you would like to link up with which tutorial video. So now for the incorrect answer, which is 4, 4 is not a prime number, it's a composite number, we would like to click the down arrow, and the student who answers that incorrectly is now going to go to section 3, which is the prime number tutorial video. Now remember, the student who is in section 3 answered the question incorrectly and is now watching that video. And that student needs to go on after they watch the video to the next question. So after section 3, click down here. The student is then going to go to the question on composite numbers, section 4. So now we're at section 4, and we're going to click on it. And again, make this a required question. And the question is, which number is composite? So if the student chooses 2, that's the incorrect answer because that's a prime number. We're going to want them to watch the composite number tutorial video. So they're going to go to section 5. If the student answers the question correctly, so chooses 4, we are going to click the down arrow and have them finish, submit form. So there's one more thing we need to do because don't forget about those kids who are watching the composite number tutorial video. So the last step to this is having the students who are watching the tutorial video finish their form. So to do this, it's kind of tricky. You need to add a section, but we're not going to do anything with this section. We're just going to leave it blank. And at the end of your composite number tutorial video, you are going to go to the bottom so that when students finish watching the video, after section 6, they'll submit their form. So now we are done. So I'm going to show you what this Google form actually looks like. So here's my prime and composite number review. I'm clicking next, type in my name, next. Okay, so here's my first question. Which number is prime? Now I'm going to click on the wrong answer and click next. And here's my prime number tutorial video. I'm going to watch that. Click next. It's going to lead me to my composite number question. I'm going to click the wrong answer. Click next. And that's going to lead me to my tutorial video. And then once I watch that, I can submit. So I'm going to just go through and show what happens if I click the correct answers. So which number is prime? 2 is prime. I'm going to click next. Which number is composite? 4 is composite. I'm going to click next. And then I'm going to submit. So just a different way of using Google Forms, using the branching method to scaffold your assignments. And again, my recommendation for this is for you to start small. We only did 2 questions, but you could start really, really small, and then as you get the knack of how to build these quizzes or assignments, you can add more and more questions.